we normally take things like lightly. We normally do not really be like take things as serious as they're supposed to be. So when you wake up, immediately you wake up, if maybe you are a believer, if you believe that there is a creator somewhere, or if you believe in a supreme being, do you normally wake up and say a prayer or say thank you before you continue or before you begin your day? Or you normally wake up and you just begin your day, and when you go to sleep you do not really like say thank you, you just sleep and maybe wait for tomorrow, you wake up and your day continues as normal? Or are you the kind of person who says thank you? The thing is, are you grateful? You see, at times whenever you can, there are small things, there are things that you might see as small, and then you do not really appreciate them. So if you do not appreciate these small things that you have, or maybe that God has given you, are you sure you're going to appreciate when you get bigger things, when you get big things? Now when the time comes for you to at least elevate or move up, are you going to say thank you for A and B, or you're going to be like to live like it's normal, like it's a normal life? No, you like I hear some people saying like no pressure, such things. Are you going to show gratitude, be grateful, or you're going to continue like it's normal? So for me, mine to you, like my advice to you is that whenever you see we are not, like this life is not really ours, and we are also here for a certain duration of time. So you should be grateful, you should be thankful that you woke up. You see, there are people right now, as we are speaking, there are people who've lost their lives, and there are people who've lost their loved ones. They thought maybe they were going to recover, maybe they were sick, or maybe they thought that they would come back. I can see somebody known as Sadaya. Hello bro, hello too, I hope you're doing great. Thank you for the hello, and I hope that if maybe you've not subscribed, kindly support us by subscribing, and we will really appreciate so much. I can see Gwen Megan, you're saying hi to Gwen Megan. Also welcome. If maybe you've not subscribed, kindly support us by subscribing, and we will really appreciate. I sub, thank you very much, Gwen Megan. I think I remember you. Yeah, I remember you now. I've seen your what do we call it? Is it a profile pic or a yeah, I've seen that, and I remembered that there is a time that we were together here. Thank you very much, Gwen Megan. So, friend, we normally talk about bizarre or weird stories from across the world every day. So if maybe you're new here and maybe you've not subscribed, kindly subscribe by so that you can support us, so that we can also continue giving the bizarre stories. So moving on, or starting from the first bizarre story, it says the lion dancer sting. That is the title. And then it says Thai police successfully apprehended an elusive serial burglar by going undercover in a traditional lion costume. Officers danced towards the suspect at a Lunar New Year fair before lunging from beneath the papia or pepper. It's called papia match. I do not know if it's papia match or match. I had to pin him down. So these police officers actually, like, they dressed like the dancers who are there dancing or entertaining people during a Lunar New Year. So they went there dressed like normal dancers, and then they arrested this burglar. So the burglar thought these are the normal people, like the normal dancers. So they joined, and then the guy, the burglar, thought they were just dancers, and then he maybe got like very comfortable, and then out of nowhere they pounced on him and arrested him. I've actually seen a few cases whereby they say like it's like set a thief to catch a thief. I'm not saying the police officers were thieves, but they had to dress like these guys who were dancing so that they could arrest this burglar here. So I've also seen a few cases whereby police officers come like dressed in civilian, and then they approach maybe a suspect, and then they end up arresting the suspect. I can see somebody known as Neo Mavuso saying, "Love from unknown lands beyond the ice walls of Antarctica. I'm from Gemini." Thank you very much. Your name is Neo Mavuso. Neo Mavuso, we appreciate very much, and kindly, if maybe you've not subscribed, kindly support us by subscribing, and we will really appreciate so much. Neo Mavuso, thank you very much. So friend, as I was saying earlier, you find that they come dressed maybe in civilian, not in police uniform. So maybe they talk to you while undercover. Yeah, we normally even see this in the movies whereby an officer comes maybe to a certain, let's say maybe there were gangs somewhere and they needed an inside person, and maybe they never had, so they act like somebody has been recruited into the gang, and then does with them a few things. Maybe they rob or do some things. Yeah, some maybe they break, actually they allow this officer to break the law so that he or she can get into the inner circle and maybe then give information about a certain criminal. So they use the officer, he or she goes undercover, gathers the all information where they keep maybe their guns, let's say that, and then where the boss hides, and then when the time comes, this officer actually brings the fellow officers into this circle, and then they end up arresting these criminals. So friend, if you are joining us, kindly support us by subscribing, and we will really appreciate so much. So that was our first bizarre or weird story, which said the lion dancer sting. Thai police successfully apprehended an elusive serial burglar by going undercover in a traditional lion costume. Officers danced towards the suspect at a Lunar New Year fair before langing from beneath the papier-mâché head to pin him down. So that is our first bizarre story. Moving on to the second. Today actually we prepared, like we normally write our stories on paper, so we have like 15. Yeah, if you love bizarre stories, then this is the perfect place for you. You'll get to know much that has happened. Maybe I guess it might happen that your local, your media houses, maybe national media houses, never covered this, but when you come here, I'll tell you about this and we will talk about it. So moving on to the second weird story, driving across the sea. Now that is the title, and then it says, due to record-breaking low temperatures in North Europe, authorities in Estonia have officially opened a 12.5-mile ice road over the frozen Baltic Sea. The road allows cars to drive between islands though vehicles must follow strict speed rules to avoid creating ice waves that could crack the surface. When I wrote this story here, it was like I was kind of shaking, like the officials are allowing people to drive on ice, and below the ice is actually a sea. Yeah, So if maybe a vehicle makes a very small or maybe a crack on that ice, you know how heavy vehicles are. If a vehicle makes maybe a crack or breaks the ice somewhere, then be sure that a lot of vehicles are going to fall into that lake, or not lake, actually sea. Yeah. Personally, I'll never try to drive on that road. Like passing on the ice, driving, actually, not even passing. If maybe they were going on foot, it could be not that scary, maybe not dangerous. But here you are with your car and then you're driving on ice. Personally, I couldn't really risk that. I'd rather take the longest route to get to my place or maybe to work than drive on ice. Yeah, I know there are people who've passed there and they're saying, it's very safe. There is nothing that can happen. But remember, a slight mistake, if maybe somebody overspeeds and then creates a crack on that ice, there's so many vehicles. The vehicles are always very, very heavy. So there are so many vehicles that are going to sink in that sea. I couldn't risk at all, like never, ever. No way. I'd rather risk something else, but not because I've seen there was a time here in my country, in Kenya, whereby there was a ferry that was crossing from point A to point B, and then they normally carry people and cars and goods and so many other things. So this ferry actually was moving. It always like carries people from point A to point B. So there was this particular time that cars went in, people went in, and some loads, luggage were put in. So there was a car that maybe came the last, and then it also entered, and then they never like locked the door the way it's supposed to be locked. So after the ferry left the dock, it moved a few meters away, and then that car, the car actually carried a mother and her daughter, 2 people. So immediately it moved away from the dock. That car began moving backward, and remember, when it comes backward, it will definitely have to go into the water. So when the car began moving backward, I believe like the owner maybe might not have put the brakes on, maybe the handbrake. So the car began moving towards the back, and when finally it got to the end, the edge, it slid and went into the waters. So after that, the mother, that lady, and the daughter spent 3 good days underwater. Like nobody was there to rescue them. They just sank. People were screaming, like try to help them, but there is no way they could have. There's no way anybody could have gone down into that water to save them, because remember, the windows of that particular car were locked. And then the doors also were locked, and it's not really easy to go into deeper into water and then unlock the doors, which may be locked from the inside. So that lady and the daughter spent almost 3 days underwater. So, but the 3rd day, there were rescuers who came, and then they went down and they brought them, but it was too late. They couldn't really save them. Like staying underwater for more than even a day, or maybe past 8 minutes, you will not last underwater. So they passed on, and then when they found them, they found the mother and the daughter were holding each other, and then they died while holding each other. Yeah, I was trying to figure out that scenario, which might have been so scary for them. Yeah. Unfortunately, that is how we lost them. So that is the reason as to why I really I fear. I cannot cross on ice. Yeah, this is ice. This is ice, and then below the ice there is a sea. Yeah, if maybe it could have been a river, I could have maybe risked, but a sea, man, no way. Okay, moving on. That was our second bizarre story or weird story. Driving across the sea. Due to record-breaking low temperatures in North Europe, authorities in Estonia have officially opened a 12.5-mile ice road over the frozen Baltic Sea. The road allows cars to drive between islands, though vehicles must follow strict speed rules to avoid creating ice waves that could crack the surface. So if these vehicles actually overspeed, then they will create cracks on those ice. I can see somebody known as Timothea. Timothy is asking, what are you doing? Or Timothy, I'm actually telling bizarre or weird stories that have happened recently. That is what we normally do, like tell bizarre stories or weird stories. And maybe there are people who never got the opportunity maybe to listen to or maybe hear them. So this is the perfect place where you can come and hear those weird or bizarre stories. So Timothea, kindly, if maybe you've not subscribed, kindly support us by subscribing, and we will really appreciate so much. Thank you. So moving on, that was our second weird story or bizarre story. Thank you, Timothea. The third, Meatball, the viral fox. Meatball is in quotes and then the viral fox. So it says, that is the title, and then it says a Hackney resident. Hackney, I believe, is in London. Hackney. A Hackney resident has gone viral today after sharing her unusual bond with an urban fox named Meatball. After nursing the injured animal back to health with medicated turkey meatballs, the fox now returns daily to the garden, sparking a social media sensation with over 7 million views. So this fox here was actually injured, and then this lady here used to actually nurse the fox and then used to feed the fox. So the fox, since then, the fox has been, after it recovered, the fox has been coming back, and then the lady has been recording, and those those footages have actually 7 million views, which is really amazing. Like, this is now what we call humanity. Yeah, humanity doesn't necessarily mean that you do such things to only people. You can extend such kindness to even animals. Like this lady here from Hackney nursed the fox, which was actually injured. So it's like they became now friends. I also have a certain friend, which is a very small, tiny cat. She's normally like, whenever she sees me, she comes jumping like all over me, everywhere. Maybe if I try to move, she's here. I might even step on her. But whenever I realize she's close to me, I have to be very careful with my foot. Like, I have to be very mindful of where I step so that I cannot step on her. Because if I step on her, I'm going to definitely injure her, which is not really good. So this is what we call humanity. This lady actually had no attachment, or maybe like she never knew this fox at all, but she found the fox injured. She took her, or it nursed the fox and then released. But at the same time, she used to feed her using meatballs. and then after that the fox keeps on coming, which is also an indication that the fox also like is attached to this lady somehow, because it doesn't really come back for the food. If it's for the food, the fox can actually go to the forest and hunt and get the food. But because this lady showed the fox love, now the fox keeps on coming, because it knows that if I go to that place, I'm going to be treated very well. Remember yesterday, actually, yeah, it was yesterday, there was an eagle, not eagle, there was a bird, a seabird, that had a hook on the beak, and then that seabird went to the ER window. It began pecking the window. So the nurses realized that there was a bird there. They came, and then the bird never went away. So they did what? They like brought the bird in, then realized this bird had a hook, a fish hook on the beak. So they removed the hook, and then the seabird flew away. So the seabird actually knew, if I go to that place, I'm going to need help, not any other place, just the hospital. The same with this fox. It knows that if I go to that lady, she's going to feed me. But as I said earlier, the fox is not coming to this lady to be fed. It's coming because there is a connection, and because the lady showed the fox kindness, that is the reason as to why it keeps on coming, which is a very good thing. And we said that is humanity, right? So that is the third weird story or bizarre story, Meatball the viral fox. A Hackney resident has gone viral today after sharing her unusual bond with an urban fox named Meatball. After nursing the injured animal back to health with medicated turkey meatballs, the fox now returns daily to the garden, sparking a social media sensation over 7 million views. Yeah? So that was our third weird story or bizarre story. Moving on to the fourth, the ironed sausage. That is the title, and then it says, in a bizarre culinary tradition making wave today, butchers in Serbia were filmed using actual household irons to dry out traditional sausages shaped like horseshoes to achieve the perfect texture. Yeah. So these people here, butchers in Serbia. Yeah, I've really watched a few videos whereby they are very nice cooks over there. Like they prepare very in such a very nice way. They prepare meals. Yeah, you watch a video, and then you salivate, like you wish I could at least gotten that. So it looks very delicious, even though you cannot taste or maybe feel the smell, but you can tell that looks delicious, tastes delicious. So these butchers here in Serbia were filmed using actual household irons, yeah, to dry out traditional sausages shaped like horseshoes to achieve the perfect texture. So they actually used the irons to achieve the texture they wanted. So this is about food. But the weird part is they were using actual household irons, yeah, to dry out those sausages. And the sausages are made like horseshoes. I believe you know what horseshoes are, like how shaped they are. And then you're using household irons. So it's even actually complicated to explain that. But that is the iron sausage. And then it says, in a bizarre culinary tradition making wave today, butchers in Serbia were filmed using actual household irons to dry out traditional sausages shaped like horseshoes to achieve the perfect texture. So that is, we are moving on from that. And then number 5, the 28-hour pickleball marathon. Now listen to this. 2 men in Michigan have officially entered the record book today for playing pickleball for 28 straight hours to set a new world record for the longest match ever recorded. 28 hours. So a day has 24 hours and then you add 4 hours. So these people, like, they began playing the pickleball today. Like right now it's around 12 a.m. where I am in my country. So they began to playing today 12 a.m. till tomorrow 12 a.m. and then extended to 4 a.m. Yeah, that is really, what can I say about that? Like, these people were not getting tired. You see, if you work maybe past, obviously playing is similar to working. If you work past 8 hours, then definitely you're going to like get tired, very tired. So there are also, though there are people who work for more than like close to 16 hours. So these people here played pickleball for 28 good hours in Michigan. Yeah. Okay, maybe somebody might be wondering what is pickleball marathon. This is a racket sport in which 2 or more players use a smooth-faced pedal to hit perforated. Yeah, that is the game. So the 28-hour pickleball marathon, the title, and then it says 2 men in Michigan have officially entered the record book today after playing pickleball for 28 straight hours to set a new world record for the longest match ever recorded. Like, there's no match that has ever been played for even a day. Saying a day, I mean like more than 24 hours. There's no match that has ever been played in such a long duration of time. So kindly, if you are joining us, subscribe, like support us by subscribing. Somebody is asking, Timothy, you're asking, are you in Kenya? Yes, I'm actually in Kenya, friend. I'm in Kenya. Thank you for asking and thank you for the comment. We really appreciate that so much. So these 2 sportsmen here have actually like broken the world record for the longest ever. Somebody known as Rebel Rick, you're saying cloth. Okay, I do not really understand what you mean. Maybe try to make me understand kindly. I said if you are joining us right now, kindly support us by subscribing and we will really appreciate so much. Thank you. So we are doing what we call like weird stories. That is what we are telling here. So I'll repeat this for the last time. The 28-hour pickleball marathon, 2 men in Michigan have officially entered the record book today after playing pickleball for 28 straight hours to set a new world record for the longest match ever. Yeah, so that's why we were saying like there's no match that has ever been played for more than a day, like 24 hours. Right now in my country, as I said earlier, it's 12 a.m. So these people like began the match today and then they played it to the next day, which is today's on Saturday. So they extend it to Sunday and then they add 4 hours on that. Remember, day has 24 hours and then, and then you add 4 hours to those 24 hours. So like 4 now, tomorrow 4 a.m. Wow. So that is our 5th weird story. Moving on to the 6th. Nostradamus predictions for 2026. Nostradamus actually. Nostradamus predictions for 2026. And then it says history enthusiasts are debating Nostradamus' supposed predictions for this year. Now listen to this, which allegedly include intense lightning strikes and the death of a major celebrity that will shock the world. I'll repeat that. Nostradamus predictions for 2026. History enthusiasts are debating Nostradamus' supposed prediction for this year, which allegedly include intense lightning strikes and the death of a major celebrity that will shock the world. So this year, according to Nostradamus, this was a French astrologer or apothecary, physician and reputed seer. So this was a seer, like the people would see or predict or maybe see the future. In where I come, in the community that I come from here in Kenya, we used to have people like rainmakers. So whenever it has taken too long for the rains to come, this person would come and then perform some magic. I really do not have more information about the magic, but this person would come, perform the magic, do his things, and then soon the rains would come. Somebody known as Claudia Nzembi is saying hi. Hi to Claudia. Thank you for commenting. We will really appreciate so much if you subscribe. You support us by subscribing, and we will say thank you very much. Claudia Nzembi. So that was a very long time ago, that whenever maybe it has taken too long to rain, the rainmaker would be called and then perform his tricks, and then soon rains would come. You see, the thing is, it might not be like it rained because of the rainmaker, but because the people have faith that when this person comes, it will rain, so it rains. It's similar to when you go to maybe to be prayed for. It's your faith that will heal you. You see, if you go maybe for prayers and then you are like, I do not really trust in prayers. I believe that prayers maybe do not work, and then obviously it will not work. But if you believe that the prayers that I'm getting today will work and I'll be healed, I'll walk again, you can walk again. Yeah. Though nowadays, people are really being, what we say, are becoming like, I'm not really trying to be against preachers, but there are preachers who actually deceive people. Like, for example, in my country, a few years ago, there was a man who is currently, right now, who's in prison because this man here used to tell his congregants, the people used to go to worship in his church, like, whatever you have in this world, the Lord has said that whatever you have, sell it and then bring me the money so that I can pray for you. And after you sell all your properties, come, I'll host you. So people sold their houses, their lands, their cars. Even have people who came from all the way from Nigeria to Kenya. Like, they sold everything. Some left their work. Yeah, they quit their jobs to come and be prayed for. Like, this guy used to, it is like he was messing with their thinking that the Lord has said this and this, so sell everything that you have, everything that you own, and come, I'll host you and prepare you to go to heaven. Like this guy used to tell his congregants, or the people used to come to worship in his church, like he had a way of people going to heaven. So people would come from all over the world, like very many places. So these people came, and now the saddest thing is, this guy used to tell them not to eat, like fast until you die, fast until you pass out. So these people actually were listening to this guy. They used to fast until they died. Most died, and then they used to, after you die, you are buried in a very shallow grave. So like when the government came to know about it, the people who had died at that place were around more than 500 people. You can imagine. So he tells you, whatever you have does not belong to you, belongs to God. So what you'll do, sell everything and then come to me, bring the money to me. I'll take the money and then I'll show you how you'll go to heaven. So that is how he used to trick people. And then he used to tell them to fast till they die, like as a way of preparing them to go to heaven. You see, many people lost their loved ones. Like there are even people right now currently who do not really know where their loved ones went to, because they believed in this man of God, in quotes, and then they went and they never came back. Nobody knows where they are. They've just vanished. There were mothers, there were children, there were fathers. Some have not even been seen since they went to that place. So, friend, so this year, according to Nostradamus predictions for 2026, this year there's going to be a death of a major celebrity that will shock the world. 2026, and then lightning will strike, intense lightning. Yeah. All right. So that is that was our 6th weird or bizarre story. Moving on to the 7th, Hand in Gun Jam. That is the title, and then it says, during a shooting at a hockey game in Rhode Island, a 58-year-old bystander managed to jam the shooter's handgun by getting his hand caught inside the gun's chamber while lunging for it, buying time for others to subdue the attacker. Lunging is another word for grab. Yeah, so I'll repeat this weird story here. A hand in gun jam. During a shooting at a hockey game in Rhode Island, a 58-year-old bystander managed to jam the shooter's handgun by getting his hand caught inside the gun's chamber while lunging for it, buying time for the others to subdue the attacker. So this bystander managed to jam the shooter's gun, like he put his hand in the gun's chamber, so the guy couldn't shoot. Like there is a maybe for the people who have maybe come across or maybe know how a gun is designed, like there is a place where you put the finger whereby it's called a trigger. So this person actually managed to put his gun before that finger could pull the trigger. So he put his hand there, and then the shooter couldn't shoot. So it got stuck. And that process, it allowed the people who were inside there to at least escape, which was it was very wise, at the same time very risky. You see, this guy actually risked his life. This guy with the gun could have maybe decided to shoot him and kill him. But you see, God works in miracles, yeah? Because now this is God who used this guy, and then nobody died. So God came through this guy to actually protect his people. So the shooter did not actually shoot anybody, because the bystander managed to like block him from shooting, which is really, I do not really know how to describe it, but it was very risky. Yeah, this guy actually risked his life. Do we really have so many people like him nowadays? Like, you'll risk everything, yeah, just to save others. Nowadays we have like very many greedy people, a lot of greedy people. They care about themselves, and then they do not care about others. That is, we at least, you see, there is something that I normally talk about called humanity. Like, if you've been blessed, like if you are in a position whereby maybe you see, a person can be blessed in very many ways. It does not really mean materially. You can even be blessed with a tongue that you speak to people, maybe the people who've lost hope, the people who no longer even want to live, but you can talk to them, like tell them there is more to life than thinking that like after you are dead, maybe it can be easier. Their life has challenges, and these challenges are what normally makes us like strong. If there could be no challenges, and then maybe life could be very boring. Like, there are no challenges. We human beings, we love challenges, but at the same time, we always complain like, this is too hard, this is not my thing. But those challenges are normally what actually make us who we are. You cannot run away from challenges. It's impossible. So as you grow, you need to learn like life has challenges, and these challenges you can overcome them, and they're good. They actually help us. Yeah. So friend, when somebody once told me, like, if you do not confront your demons, they will eat you alive. So demons are challenges. If you do not take them head on, they'll finish you. If you do not confront your demons, they will eat you alive. So friend, that was our 7th weird story about a hand in gun jam. During a shooting at a hockey game in Rhode Island, a 52-year-old bystander managed to jam the shooter's handgun by getting his hand caught inside the gun's chamber while lunging for it, buying time for others to subdue the attacker. Thank you. That was our 7th bizarre story, weird story. Moving on to the 8th. I see we've been here for the past 44 minutes. So moving on to the 8th weird story, bizarre story. Excuse me. Off-duty Walmart takedown. That is the title. Off-duty Walmart takedown. An off-duty deputy in Florida working as security at a Walmart shot and killed a suspect shoplifter who reportedly pulled a gun and ran after being confronted by loss prevention officers. So maybe do you think like this officer did a good thing, or maybe he did a bad thing. Because when a suspect pulls out a gun, there are two things. He wants to either, actually not two things, it's one thing. When a suspect or a criminal pulls out a gun, he or she wants to kill somebody. You see, nobody knows what is exactly in that gun. It might be empty, or it might be carrying bullets. So that is where there are two things. It might be empty, or maybe it might be having bullets. And when the suspect pulls it out, obviously he wants to, or she wants to kill somebody. So like, officers are obviously trained, like whenever you see somebody turning aggressive or maybe bringing out guns, we normally see these things in movies. Like, if you see somebody bringing like taking out a weapon, you have to act immediately. If you do not act immediately, you are the one who's going to die. So it's called how do we call it, defense, like defending yourself. So like, defending yourself is not a crime. If somebody who is about to attack or wants to attack you, and then you have to defend yourself, then that is not a crime. You are defending yourself. So this officer here was off duty killed this suspect because the suspect brought out or pulled out a gun, and the suspect wanted actually was running after being confronted by loss prevention officers. So he was running, and then he met with this police officer, and then he took out the gun. So the police officer actually had to act. So on the process, the suspect was shot, and it was not like the officer shot the suspect willingly. It was to prevent someone from dying. So that is the reason as to why he shot him. So off-duty Walmart takedown. An off-duty deputy in Florida working as security at a Walmart shot and killed a suspect shoplifter who reportedly pulled a gun and ran after being confronted by loss prevention officers. You see? That was the thing. So this guy could have actually killed someone. And then the good thing is, there was a police officer, or he was actually off duty, though he acted to prevent somebody from dying, which is a good thing. So that was our 8th weird story or bizarre story. Moving on to the 9th, murder-suicide mourning. Now listen to this. Families and friends in Sarasota are mourning 5 victims of brutal murder-suicide that spanned from Fort Lauderdale to Sarasota early this month. Yeah? So somebody decided, like, I do not really know if he was acting alone or they were many. So this person decided, like, I'll murder 4 people. Yeah? Four people. You see, the thing that really, like, saddens me nowadays is I, like, each and every day this one, just one. Like, what I'm trying to say is, or what I'm saying is, like, people are being murdered every day. People are losing their lives every day. Like, why can't we be human beings? Instead of killing each other, we try to protect each other. You see, today I might be like, I do not really care about you. I do not like want anything from you. But tomorrow it might come to a point whereby I'll need you to support me somewhere. Maybe like not personally maybe my daughter or my son is going to need your help, and then you find that I murdered you, I killed you. So where will my son get this help from? Because I ended your life. You see? So let us at least try to be good people. Let us like be human. You see, being human, we are supposed to be in charge. We're supposed to take care of everything on earth because God put us here. We can talk, communicate, understand each other. You see, nowadays is not similar to like in the past. In the past, especially let me say when the what do we call it? There's a lesson that we learned in high school, which was known as history, whereby we were taught about how Europeans came to Africa and such things. So back then, Africans never used to even understand what Europeans were saying or communicate with them, like language barrier. So there was a very big gap of communication. Like it wasn't actually easier to communicate for a white person to communicate with a black person. It was not easy. But nowadays people communicate like we talk. If maybe I do not understand English, there's somebody who understands English, and then this person will come in as a translator. Or maybe if I do not understand Spanish, somebody will come as a translator and maybe help us communicate, talk to each other. Somebody knows English, Spanish, I do not know, but there is somebody who knows Spanish at the same time knows English. So this person will be a translator. So we can communicate, understand each other, and then if there is a problem, we can solve that problem. Yeah. But you find people talk the same language, and then there is a problem, and these people cannot actually sit and communicate and come up with a solution and talk it out. You see? Now that is where the biggest problem is. So we should at least, if you realize that somebody has a higher temper, or both you, maybe for example, I and you, we are arguing, we're having an argument, and I realized that you have a high temper. What I'll do is I'll lower mine. Or maybe if you know how to like manage your emotions, you can lower yours because my tempers are high, so that we can come to an understanding. You see? But if you take your temper high and I take mine high, so there is no way we can get to one understanding. So friend, I apologize for that. So the thing is, we should at least know how to handle ourselves, know how to communicate, so that we can know how to live in this world. Like this world, we are put here to take care of it and take care of what is inside in this world. So if we begin acting like animals, what will we expect of animals? We still actually have stories here which are talking about animals, so we'll get to see how animals act in this story. So that was our 9th bizarre story, which was saying murder suicide mourning. Families and friends in Sarasota are mourning 5 victims of a brutal murder-suicide that spanned from Fort Lauderdale to Sarasota earlier this month. So I believe we are done with that weird story. Moving on to that was our 9th, and then moving on to the 10th weird or bizarre story. treason trial drama. Number 10. That is the title, and then it says the treason trial of Tanzanian opposition leader Tundu Lissu took a sharp turn today as judges rejected a prosecution bid to silence court reporting, even as Lissu systematically challenged state witnesses. Actually, Tanzania is my neighboring country, so it's from where I am to Tanzania, it's not really like far away, it's very close. So a treason trial drama. The treason trial of Tanzanian opposition leader Tundu Lissu took a sharp turn today as judges rejected a prosecution bid to silence court reporting, even as Lissu systematically challenged state witnesses. So if somebody wanted to silence court reporting, and then the judges rejected. What can I say about this now? At times there are really stories that normally put me in a very tight place, and I find it very difficult to actually talk about it. You see, this is about politics, and I'm not really a politics person. I do not like politics. I do not really like to dig into politics, not really my thing. But according to this, there is an opposition leader in our neighbor country here, Tanzania, who's been arrested for a very long time, and then the crimes are he committed a crime known as treason, and there are countries whereby when you commit such a crime, you either go to life in prison or maybe you are killed. Yeah. So for my country, there is nothing like being killed. You can be locked in jail for maybe for life, but we do not, like, our constitution does not allow somebody to be murdered or killed. I do not really know about Tanzania, if maybe they allow such. I really have no idea, but the thing is, it's about politics, and I really, at times, you see, politics is really, there are people who normally do not take politics like politics. They put it in their heart. Like, if you speak ill about somebody, then there is a supporter somewhere who might even harm you because you said something that was maybe didn't sound right with the person, because he likes maybe the politician, maybe the politician gives him or her money, and then when you come speaking ill about that person, you like trigger some angers, and then this person might actually even fight you over politician. But when these two people meet, for example, the president of Tanzania, Mama Suluhu, and maybe Tundu, is it Tundu? If maybe they meet somewhere, they can have a cup of coffee, talk, laugh. But down here, you and I, like the normal citizens, we can even fight each other. We can even like kill each other because of politicians. Well, these politicians, actually, they are friends. Like, they communicate, they call each other, they have each other's phone number. You see, I came to realize this during the for what has been happening in my country. Yeah, you see, during campaigns, rallies, you find politicians throwing words at each other. Yeah, and then a time comes whereby these same people who are insulting each other from this side to this side, from this side and this side, they come together and then they become one. And then the people who are actually fighting because of them, they remain like stranded. So the person you are fighting about is somewhere eating, like staying a good life, and you are here now, you have nothing. The person you are fighting over is enjoying himself with the other guy you thought they were enemies. So that is how we end up like being stagnant where we are, not moving, we're just there. That is very, very sad, but it is what it is. So that was our 10th weird story from our neighborhood. I mean, not neighborhood, but neighbor country, our sister country, Tanzania. Moving on, that was the 10th weird story. Moving on to the 11th, ICC rejection for Duterte. The International Criminal Court rejected Rodrigo Duterte's appeal today to delay his trial despite claims of cognitive decline. The court ruled the former president is fit to face confirmation of charges hearing starting February the 23rd. So Duterte is a politician, also a former president of Philippines. So I believe we actually talked about this story the other day, whereby this president, we said that there are countries that normally do not really allow former presidents to be prosecuted or maybe taken to court, such things. But this Philippine, they can actually even jail the president. But there are countries that a president is not, a former president cannot be touched, like is above the law. So there are countries that do that, but there are countries that do not really care if you are president or not. If you broke the law, you will go to jail and serve your term, which is very, very nice. And I hope that a day will come when every country will do that. That if a former president broke the law, he has to go to jail for that. Like, there is no any other way. He has to go to jail. If he was maybe corrupt or involved in any scandals involving corruption, he has to pay and then go to jail. He has to pay what he stole or what they stole, then go to jail. There's nothing like he is the president now. What he stole, he is going to go with it to maybe retirement. I pray for such a day. So that is the 11th weird story or bizarre story. Moving on to the 12th. I remember we only have 15, so we are almost done. Fatal bee swam at cricket match. That is the title. Fatal bee swam at cricket match. It says a veteran cricket umpire Manik Gupta died today after a massive swarm of bees attacked a match at the Sapru Stadium in Unnao, India. During a drink break, the swarm descended on everyone present while others lay on the ground to escape. The 60-year-old umpire lost his balance and was overwhelmed by bees. So this is a big man in the cricket match, like cricket sports. So this man here was actually 60 years old. So the bees, a swarm of bees actually came from nowhere and began attacking the people who were, the people who were attending the match and the people who were playing. So the bees came out of nowhere and began attacking them. So somebody might wonder, like, what is an umpire or umpire? Umpire is an official who enforces rules, renders final decisions, and ensures fair in playing sports like baseball, cricket, and tennis. Yeah. So that is an umpire, an official who enforces rules, renders final decisions, and ensures fair and play in sports like baseball, cricket, and tennis. So this umpire here lost his life to bees. They really attacked him, like very massive. Yeah, bees can actually kill somebody. I've seen a scenario whereby they kill a cow. They come from nowhere. You see, a cow does not really think, like, if maybe I lie down and pretend like I'm not moving, the bees will maybe pass and leave. So the cow does not really, cows do not really think like us. So the cow will like begin running up and down, moving up and down. So you see, and then the bees, the more the cow moves, the more they attack it. And the funny thing is, after a bee attacks you, it really, like, it's now, it's like it's already dead. There is a sting, a certain sting that comes from its behind, so it immediately it goes into your skin, or maybe an animal skin. Then that beam cannot really like have more life. It's like the last weapon. If it releases it, then the bee will soon die. Yeah, so that is the 12th weird story. Fatal bee swarm at cricket match. A veteran cricket umpire, Manik Gupta, died today after a massive swarm of bees attacked a match at the Supru Stadium in Unnao, India. During a drink break, the swarm descended on everyone present, while others lay on the ground to escape. The 60-year-old umpire lost his balance and was overwhelmed by the bees. So that is very, very sad, actually. Yeah, losing someone to bees. It's really sad, but may his soul rest in peace. Gupta. His name was Manik Gupta. So moving on to the 13th weird story. The fishing pond mauling. Now listen to this. A 16-year-old boy, Gabriel Domain Baron, died yesterday in Delville, Alabama, after being attacked by 6 pit bulls while fishing at a private pond. Authorities have captured the dogs and are currently testing them for rabies. So this is somebody's son who actually, like, there are people who normally love doing what we call fishing. They enjoy, like, it's a hobby for them. Yeah, you see, maybe you sit in your house and then you experience boredom, and then you want to go out and at least make yourself entertained or happy, or maybe relaxed doing something. Yeah, normal. Obviously, when you engage your mind in a certain activity, you calm it, like you calm yourself down. So maybe this kid here wanted to at least get the experience. Actually, myself, there is a video that I made the other day whereby I said I'll do what we call, like, I'll look for time and then go to the river. Here we normally have rivers. Like, finding a pond is not really easy. So I'll look for I'll create time and then go to a pond, to a river, and then try to fish. Yeah, maybe put my fishing skills in action. I said that the other day. I do not really know how to fish, like, to be honest, but I plan to someday. I want to go and try fishing. Maybe soon I'll buy the fishing rod, and then I'll plan a day and go out to fish someday. So this boy here actually went out. So it's a very sad story. Went to fish, actually, not even out. Went to fish, and then while he was fishing, pit bulls attacked him. Yeah, in fact they were 6. You see, personally, I really have a certain fear when it comes to pit bulls. They really freak me out. So imagine a scenario whereby you're being mauled, being eaten by 6 pit bulls. 6, not even 2 or 1. It must have been really like very painful. You see, a dog is eating you while you can hear it. It's like, I do not really know that experience, but being beaten and then that's really sad, man. So these dogs have actually been, excuse me, these pit bulls have actually been taken by the authorities, and they are being tested for rabies. Yeah. Now the sad thing is this boy is actually dead. So I wonder, like, why are they even testing the dogs? Maybe they should have used that money to at least help the family of this young man who lost his life. Yeah, it could have really been helpful that way than to go and test these dogs. You see, there are countries that actually do what we call arrest. Yeah, they should arrest these dogs and maybe take them to custody and maybe lock them like for even forever. Yeah, you see, there are countries whereby if you commit a crime like kill somebody, you'll be killed as well. So these dogs here deserve that. They killed a human being. So I'm not really being cruel to animals, but I'm saying if there is such a law and then it forgives the dogs because they are dogs, then it will not be really fair to the family of this young boy here. Imagine he was 16 years old. So you've brought this since he was very tiny, since the day he was born, and then you've taken care of him for all that long. 16 years is not really a joke. Yeah, like from the time the child is born and then the time he walks, it's really a long time. It's really hectic, not easy. And then when he gets to his teenage years, actually mid-teenage, dogs kill him, eat him alive. It's really very painful and very hard and very sad. So that was our 13th weird or bizarre story. Yeah. So moving on to the 14th, the second last, savage fox versus father. Savage fox versus father. It says a 50-year-old father in Victoria, Australia was hospitalized with serious lower body injuries after intervening in a fox attack. The man had his baby alpaca struggling and attempted to scare the predator off, only for the fox to turn its aggression toward him. So this man here is actually 50 years old. He had his alpaca. Alpaca is like it's similar to an llama. So this man here had his alpaca struggling, and he said, I'll go out and find out what's happening to my animal. So he went out. Immediately stepped out to scare away the fox. The fox actually turned its anger on this man, and then it really injured him. It attacked him. Yeah, this actually happened in Australia, a place known as Victoria. Yeah, savage fox versus father. A 50-year-old father in Victoria, Australia was hospitalized with serious lower body injuries after intervening in a fox attack. The man had his baby alpaca struggling and attempted to scare the predator off, only for the fox to turn its aggression towards him. Wow. Yeah? Maybe if it were you, what could have you have done? Yeah. So you've come out to at least find out what is happening to your animal, and then you find another animal that is trying to eat your animal. What could you have done? Yeah? So it's really, really tricky. Yeah. But we hope and pray this man here gets better, and we hope that his alpaca is doing great. They'll unite very soon when he recovers. We pray and hope that he recovers soon so that he can unite with his alpaca. Oh, that was our third last. Now moving on to the second last. Yeah. So they were 16 and not 15. Weird stories or bizarre stories. So the rogue donkey. Now remember I told you earlier on that we have stories of how animals actually behave. Now in this particular story here we'll understand how animals behave. Now listen to this. The rogue donkey. A mother and son in Kenya were hospitalized after their male donkey turned aggressive during a fight with a female donkey, attacking them on their arms and legs. So this male donkey here was fighting with a female donkey. So this mother and son tried to at least intervene. So when they tried to come in between, this donkey attacked them. So there was something that I really wanted to do research on, and then I guess I forgot. I really hate forgetting, but unfortunately I forgot. Like I wanted to find out between a donkey's kick and a donkey's kick and a horse's kick. Which one is really intense? Like which one can really hurt somebody? So if maybe in the comment section you know, then kindly tell us between a donkey's kick and a horse's kick, which one is really like, which animal kicks like, let me use the word intense, which animal really kicks like nobody's business? Between a donkey and a horse, which one, okay, let me say which one kicks the best. I'm not really trying to mock these people who attacked, but I want to really like know which kick is stronger than the other between a donkey's and a horse's kick. Which one kicks the hardest? So the rogue donkey. A mother and a son in Kenya were hospitalized after their donkey turned aggressive during a fight with a female donkey, attacking them on their arms and legs. I also pray and believe that their legs are fine. They'll be fine. And they'll walk again and hold things again. I pray that. You see, if you lose your both hands and legs, then you'll be in a very bad situation whereby it will really be costly, especially if it happens to both the mother and the son. And also at times, you see, I believe the animals might be treating us according to how we treat them. Yeah, if maybe this too, the mother and son actually they angered the donkey. Though it's said here clearly, I'm not trying to at least like try to oppose it, but it said here the donkey was actually fighting with a female donkey. and then it turned on these two and then attacked them. But let's pray and hope they'll get better and they'll go back to their homes. So that was our 15th weird story. So the last weird story. Now listen to this. A sprinting snow leopard. A female skier in China was reportedly mauled by a snow leopard after she attempted to take a selfie with the predator while heading back to her hotel. Sorry for that. A sprinting snow leopard. A female skier in China was reportedly mauled by a snow leopard after she attempted to take a selfie with the predator while heading back to her hotel. So this lady, skier, I believe is skier, was eaten by a snow leopard after she attempted to take a selfie with the predator while heading back to her hotel. So this lady thought it was wise to take a selfie with a leopard. Kindly do not really try that. Like, you cannot take a photo with an animal, especially an animal that you find in the wild. You see, the animals that are kept in what do you call them? Game parks, whereby there are guides who maybe will tell you that you cannot get closer to this or get closer, there is no harm. Like I saw the other day, there was a streamer from the US known as Speed. He came to Kenya and he went to the, what do we call it, animal orphanage, or was it a game park? And then he was taken to see hyenas, and he actually wanted to touch the hyenas, though when they saw the people, like say they saw them, they ran away. So the rangers who were actually guiding him, they were telling him, like, do not get close to, because that is an animal and it might attack you, you see. So this guy here kept on getting closer, but the hyenas actually kept also running away. So at least Speed was with rangers. He wasn't alone. So this lady here was actually alone with nobody, and she was a skier. Huh? I believe you know what skiing is. Those games they call skiing. So she was a skier. Like, they normally go to the topmost of the mountains and then begin skiing down the mountains. So she saw the leopard, and then maybe it was beautiful, and then she decided, like, I'll take a selfie with this animal. So when she tried to take the selfie, the animal ate her alive. Yeah. So the lesson here is, you cannot really trust an animal without maybe a guide. You see, guides are there to at least tell you, like, give you more information about. Guides or maybe rangers give you more information about the animals, because they are always with them, they are taking care of them, like doing everything for these animals. So friend, do not try that. Like, you cannot take a photo or a selfie with a wild animal. Yeah, never ever try that. So those were actually the stories, the bizarre stories that I prepared for today. And also keep remembering that we normally do this on a daily basis. Like, we do it each and every day. We tell bizarre stories. So if you love such stories, then this is the right place to be. Like, come here every day. I've not really set a specific time whereby I'll be telling these stories, but I do like tell them during the night here in Kenya, which is around from maybe past 9 p.m. So I know there are people, they are, what do we call them? They are Kenyans who by this time they are maybe actually asleep, like it's 1:03 a.m. So most people here in my country right now are asleep, though tomorrow is on Saturday and most are actually out, like enjoying themselves, which is a very good thing because you've been working from Monday, today is on Friday, so you deserve to at least take yourself or be taken out to go and enjoy. So this is the right day, and there are people who maybe will like begin partying from today, Friday. Like you leave your house today on Friday, you go out from Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So your house will actually meet you or see you come on Monday, and maybe the Monday is when you'll be coming back from work, so to your house. Yeah. As for me personally, what I'd say is I love my bed so much. There's no way I can leave my place and maybe go partying or enjoying myself unless it's involving work. Yeah. Whereby I'll go to work but not to entertain. If I go to entertain myself, then I'll definitely come back to my house, to my bed. Yeah. It's called loving your bed so much. But people are not the same. People are very different. You are different from me. That is the thing that I was saying the other day. Like you're very different. Maybe what you like might not be what I like. One man's meat is another man's poison. So we're not the same. Yeah. So for those who maybe are out enjoying, this video or this live will be up on YouTube come tomorrow, Saturday. Yeah, as I told you earlier that we normally give YouTube time to work on the video and maybe check if there are things that I never, maybe there are rules that I broke, maybe we remove them. They send me the video and then I remove the unwanted, maybe the rules that I broke, and then we upload it. And maybe if there are nothing that I went against, we can we upload it like direct to my channel. So friend, I want to thank you very much. Right today we were actually at 580 something subscribers. Yeah, so before next month ends, let us hit 1,000 subscribers, 1,000 plus subscribers. It's possible, it's doable. Yeah, we can do it. There is nothing like we cannot. I remember there was a person who asked me, like, this person was actually sent to guide me, and then this person asked me like point blank, why didn't you say? So there's somebody, okay, my former boss actually wanted me to do something, and then he directed me to like his junior. Somebody was under him. He directed me to him, and then he told me, go, let him guide you. So I went to this guy, and then I told him, I've been sent to you to guide me. So this person told me point blank, like, why didn't you tell the boss you cannot do it? And then I told this guy, you see, I'm not a man who believes in that, like, I cannot do it. There's nothing that I cannot do. It's only the mentality. So I told the boss I can do it, and that is why I've come to you to give me guidance on this. Yeah. So that is what I told the guy. there's nothing impossible. It's only the mentality that we human beings, like, we limit ourselves, like, no, this thing is too hard, I cannot do it, or no, and this and this, this and nah. Man, you can do anything. There is a video that I did the other day whereby I was saying, like, I wanted to get what we call the best equipment before I begin a YouTube channel. Like, I wanted the best. So I waited. I wanted to get money first, and then I begin my YouTube channel. I create my YouTube channel, and then I waited. You see, the first time when I made the first time when I began working on my channel, I began working on it immediately. I left the city, which is Nairobi. When I was coming here to, like, I was moving away actually from the city to the village. So that is when I began this YouTube thing. Like, I began making videos for YouTube. So I did it for around, I remember it was around November, I think November. And then I did it for since November, December, January, Feb. I got somewhere to around March, and then I stopped. Like, I was no longer creating videos for YouTube. Like, I got tired, and then I stopped. So after that, I went on for 7 months, like, uploading nothing. Like, I was waiting to at least get money, and then begin, like, buy equipments, and then begin afresh. So I waited the first month, the second month, the third month, fourth month, fifth month, sixth month, seventh month. Wow. And then I asked myself, like, is this the person you want to be, like a quitter? You begin something, and then midway you want to quit before you even get to somewhere. So I told myself, like, nah, I do not really want this for myself. Like, I do not want to be a quitter. In fact, imagine a scenario whereby I'm telling my son or my daughter that once there was a time, like, I began something and then I stopped. Like, I quit. And then I'm regretting, like, why didn't I at least push it? You see? So it's good you do it than coming to regret, like, why didn't I continue? So that is the reason as to why I came back, like, full force. I want to push it until I do not really have more energy to push it. But I believe I'm not old, so I can push it to the limits. Yeah, even if maybe I get to somewhere I experience like I'm stuck, I'll continue pushing it. Like, I'll push and continue pushing it till I get the fruits. Yeah, the thing is, everybody, we all want to see at least fruits, see something. Yeah, make something in life. So if maybe you're out there and then you're like struggling to begin a YouTube channel, you do not really have to wait, like, for the right moment. Now is the moment. Do not really wait. That is actually wasting time. If you want it, go for it. Do not waste time. Just go for it. Maybe if you fail, you'll know that I tried and then I failed. But do not fail to try. So that is actually the best advice somebody has ever given me. Like, do not fail to try. Try, you fail, but do not fail to try. So that is the best advice. I also can give pass it to someone. Yeah, like just try, and maybe you'll succeed or you'll fail, but never ever be afraid of trying. Yeah. So actually, friend, I want to end this live. Thank you for those who've been supportive, like subscribing. We really appreciate that so much. If maybe you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe, support us. We will really appreciate so much. I see we've been here since we've actually taken like 1 hour 36 minutes. I wish I could like extend this this live, but you see, tomorrow is on a weekend, and weekend has so many things that needs to be done. So in the future we'll actually be even running a live for 2+ hours, because I never used to like talking, but now like if I don't talk, then there is something wrong. You see? So that is the reason as to why, like, now it has gotten me to a place whereby I enjoy talking to you, interacting. And those who keep sending us messages, just keep them flowing. Like, do not be afraid of anything. Let the messages come. Even if you write like 20 messages, never be afraid. Just write them as many as possible. I'll read them. So do not really be afraid of anything. Like maybe somebody will judge you, like, why are you writing so many messages, maybe alone? You see, do not be afraid of that. Just if you want to write messages as many as possible, send them. I'll read them. We'll interact. We'll talk one-on-one. Yeah. So I'm really enjoying this, and I hope that whatever you do or whatever you are doing, you enjoy it, or you are enjoying, because we are not like trees. I normally say that we are not stuck in a certain place that you cannot move. You can move. If maybe you're not enjoying what you're doing, then you can at least do something else, like move to something else. If you're not enjoying where you are or what you're doing. Yeah. I know very many people I know very many people who are doing what they really do not like, but because they have, like, you have children, you have a family, you have to take care of them. Maybe if you quit your job, and then they'll maybe end up not going even to school, they'll end up in the streets, like you'll have no wife. You see, there are such people, but at the same time, you can really, like, it will mess with your mind. So you're doing something that you don't like daily. You're going to a job that you don't like. You see? So that is not the freedom that we are supposed to have. Like, your parents took you to school to learn, and then have your own freedom. Like, you do what you want to do. Yeah? And then you, after school, you come out here. Now you're like a slave to somebody. You're working for somebody, and then you're maybe treated unfairly. You see, such things, they're not really, like, they're not fun. But for the meantime, I'm not really discouraging someone. You see, there's somebody who's coming straight from college or high school, and then you have that, like, energy. You want to at least get employed and work for somebody, and also make a life for yourself. I'm not discouraging this person, because if you cannot work for somebody, and if maybe you want to create maybe a business for yourself, it will be really tricky. Like, you cannot really have the, what do we call it, the experience to run this business. So you go work for somebody or work with somebody. So friend, personally, I believe in working with somebody and not working for somebody. So working with, I believe you're understanding me. Yeah. So there's a difference working with and working for. The people who say, like for example, I say I'm working with my friends, that sounds like something great. But when I say my friends are working for me, it really, it never sounds good with me personally, to be honest. Yeah. So that is why I believe in working with, not for. So there are people, as I was saying earlier, they're coming from fresh from high school or fresh from campus, and they are really energetic and they want to work and get money, get paid. Do it. Do not really be discouraged. Just do it. Make your life, like create something out of your life. Yeah, and everything will be okay. So do not be discouraged. If Mark, I'm trying to discourage you, just close your ears. Do not listen to that. You go and work. Yeah, it's because you need that experience. And I'm not really trying to mislead anybody, like do not work for anybody. No, that is not my thing. Yeah, so thank you, friend, very much. I'm ending this live here. Kindly, if you've not subscribed, support us by subscribing, and we will really appreciate. We normally do this on a daily basis, so we will be here tomorrow. Yeah, actually tonight, not even tomorrow, tonight, because we are already in Saturday. Yeah, so on Saturday we'll begin this. We might begin it a bit late because of some few things, but yeah, maybe tomorrow actually. So tomorrow, Sunday, we will meet on Sunday. So take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, stay safe, and always be grateful. You see, the life we're living is not our life. This is a life that we've been given for a certain duration of time. So enjoy it as you can. Do what makes you happy and such things. Take care of your family, your loved ones, and such things. Yeah, so we've been here actually for the past 1 hour 43 minutes. It has really been a very long period of time, but we had to talk, like we had to really talk. As I said earlier, a time will come when we will be streaming for 12, not 12, 2 good hours. I'm really looking forward to that time. I'm preparing, I'm working on some things. Yeah, I'm working on some things so that when we can do it. Yeah, and I'll try to make segments that will be at least fun. After maybe the weird stories, we do something else, and then by the time we'll be done, we will find an extension. Yeah, so bye bye, friend. Love you all.